Hi there, this is Paul Thompson from Spitfire Audio. I'm going to show you today the fourth instalment of our producer portfolio range, which is the felt piano performed by Gwilym Simcock. It's an offshoot in some ways from our soft piano in the Labs range, which started as an experiment of recording a piano very softly and then boosting up the resulting samples, but then allowing a full dynamic performance to take place on those soft samples. So you still get a sense of dynamic, but the actual timbre of the instrument doesn't change. And this has proved to be very popular, and a lot of people have emailed us and asked us to kind of go back in and do it properly, as it were, with round robins and a couple of dynamics, kind of PP and MP. And so this is what we've done, and you'll recognise the usual livery here. So I'm just going to play. It loads up with the kind of stereo AKGs as the basic mics that come up first. So I'm just going to play a little bit, and then I'll talk more about the instrument. So you can hear there, it's got that lovely soft intimate sound. We've got a variety of different mics. I'm going to show you those in a minute, but the first thing I'm going to do is show you the difference between that and the different dynamic versions we have here. So we've got one with a medium dynamics and one with flatter dynamics, and basically these make it less sensitive to velocity. So if I load up the medium and then play with the same thing again, so you can hear that you've got a slightly flatter output, but so therefore you hear more of the softer end of the samples. And then there's a very flat dynamics version which has almost no response to velocity, just a tiny bit, but gives you that very nice soft close. So that's the basis of that. Now, before I move on to the different mic positions, I'm just going to show you something here which we've got with the pedals. And if you listen carefully, I'm going to turn this up so you can hear it more clearly. So you can hear there we've got the sound of the pedal going down and the pedal coming up. Now we've recorded this at 3 different dynamics. So you've got a medium one here, and then you've got a very soft one here, which is almost inaudible with this mic. If I put in the pedal mic, we have a mic right next to the pedals, and then you have a listen to the medium there. You can hear that, hopefully, through the medium of YouTube. And then put the loud one back in. Now you can alter the volume of this using this slider. So you can hear there, it's you've got a nice couple of different options for pedaling, and obviously the more mics you have going, the more you can hear the effect of the pedal on there. And we've got the kind of resonance that happens with all the strings as you push the pedal down. All of the strings just resonate a tiny bit as the dampers come off. So this is rather lovely. Also, you'll have noticed that as I push the pedal down, we're automatically switching between the pedal up and the pedal down samples. There's also a kind of what we're calling a performance shorts. We try to make it as characterful as possible because, you know, there are plenty of staccato piano patches out there, but there isn't really anything that carries the signature of a performer in there. So what we've tried to do here is that they become tighter as you play louder. And then as you kind of get quieter, they become a little bit more languorous for kind of slower. So you can hear that you've got a variety of different options in there, and it's really just to make something slightly different to the usual thing. If you want to just play straightforward standard shorts, it's very easy just with the pedal up patch. We've got release triggers on here, so that give you the sound of the resonance dying away anyway. So this is just an alternative kind of performance short, which will be useful for some things. So let's have a listen to the different microphones. So we'll go in first with these C mics. I'm just going to switch very quickly between them so that you hear the differences. Here's the room. Here's the ones we started with, the EKGs. Nice stereo pair. It's quite close and wide. We go for the Coles. Whoops, just turn the EKGs off. And this is a kind of almost like a more old-fashioned, very soft because it's a ribbon. Just boost that a tiny bit here, just to match up the level with the others. So you can hear that has its own great characteristic. We've got the soundboard mics. Let's pull that back down a little bit. So in the context, putting that behind, for example, these stereos, if we alter the balance, you can have that kind of from behind added into the sound. And it adds something to it. If I just change the balance here, you can really hear that. It's a great added colour to put in there. And then we've got, of course, the pedal mic, which sounds like this. So again, another colour. And with using these different microphones and just dialing in the exact mix that you want, adding your own treatment, whether you want to then compress this sound or whether you want to, do a little bit of EQing to it. We're presenting it completely raw here so that it's really very malleable. And you've got the usual control. You can map the dynamic to CC1 if you want to have that absolutely set rigidly, and then you can also link that to this one and remap that to any different CC you want to. And we've also got expression as usual, which is a kind of overall CC11 control of overall volume. Again, any of these can be clicked. You can remove the existing CC and relearn a new one. Usual round robin functionality. You've got the usual controls that you recognise here. You can reset round robins on transport, and that's the felt piano. So I'm just going to set up a little mix, and we'll have another quick play. I'll just show you both ends of the keyboard. There we go. So that's the felt piano. I hope you enjoyed having a look at that and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching.